Well, it looks like we know who's about to bite it in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, as the Deacon, Dave Bautista, sat down and talked to GQ magazine and revealed that he's glad that his time as Drax is over following Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So let's wait for the scoopers to confirm who's going to be killed off in Guardians 3 in the next couple of hours. We can all just say what we're all thinking, right? Big Dave is going to be joining James Gunn in his new venture. That's why he's leaving Guardians, right? Right? Yeah, we all agree. Okay, now let's move on to the actual article and what he said. So when asked about his time playing Drax, he says he's very grateful because when he learned that he got the job, he literally was shaking and crying because he knew that this would change his life. And again, if you guys have followed Dave Bautista's career, after he left WWE in his first run, once that was over, he more or less spent all his money very irresponsibly and was broke. Like, he had nothing. When he landed this job, it guaranteed him that he could make income and, again, hopefully go back to wrestling at some point, make a little bit more money, and make a name for himself. And that's exactly what it did, and he says he's grateful. But he says, beyond that, he's relieved that it's over and that he's going to be able to move on. And he says it was hard to play the role because of the makeup process and how long it took. And he doesn't want to do that over and over again and to have that be his legacy. And he's over the silly performance because he wants to do more dramatic stuff. And Drax will not deliver that because of the nature of how the character has been handled. So what can I say outside of he's right about everything? Drax has been a little bit more comedic, which I think honestly works for the MCU, but had he been the comic book version, he would just kind of be boring and forgotten. So they found at least something interesting to do with him. But again, Dave's talked about how Drax hasn't really done a whole lot and hasn't really gotten a big arc or anything, and that's also true. He's part of an ensemble where he's a supporting character to the supporting characters, more or less. So it all makes sense, and he's ready to move on. As he says, do more dramatic roles, and that all checks out. It's exactly how I think a lot of actors feel once they've done the same thing for a decade, if not more. And as he says, the makeup process is grueling. You know, they got to sit in that chair sometimes for 8 to 12 hours a day to do 45 seconds. That's honestly tough, especially as you get older, so it makes a whole lot of sense. I hope that once he's done with Drax, that he gets to land a gig where he's super happy and gets to do that thing, and hopefully it is more dramatic because he can act. He's legit a good actor. So let's see what happens, but like I said, yeah, he's definitely getting killed off in this film. It seems like it's going to be a send-off, so now we just wait for scoopers to say, we knew it was him all along, we just didn't want to spoil it. Yeah, of course.